Welcome Amakhosi Network, welcome to the channel. Today we're chatting about the new Kaizer Chiefs sponsor, Super Sport Bet, and we talked about players that are being released by Cape Town Spurs that we were not being released. I don't think they want them. And the question is, do we want some of Cape Town Spurs young players? So yeah, before we get into that, like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, guys, we're back at it, but please keep supporting Kaizer Chiefs, keep buying the merch. But the big thing is, please keep supporting the channel, like, subscribe, and comment, and all of those nice things. And one more thing, apologies about yesterday's video. Mistakenly uploaded the wrong video, and then I later uploaded the right video, which is the Kama Billiard video. But anyway, let's get into it. So Kaizer Chiefs today announced that they got a new sponsor. Also, Pirates got that sponsor, and that's Super Sport Bet. Yeah, it's those betting companies, but now it's within MultiChoice. It's a MultiChoice venture, and now they're using Kaizer Chiefs fan base to try get money in terms of betting, because instead of using Sporting Bet, instead of using Betway, instead of using all these different betting places, Lotto Land and all of those things, now Super Sport wants you to use Super Sport as a channel. Soon, before we know it, Super Sport will own beer. You know, who eats food? What do we drink most at the stage? Yeah, it's the beer. So when Super Sport now has a beer, don't be surprised. And anyway, guys, so that's what's happening. Chiefs is going to have a nice cash injection from having the betting thing in their now sponsorship. And yeah, what are my opinions about it? I am going to be controversial. I am a Chiefs fan, but I feel that some way, somehow, there's some unfairness in the league. There's a lot of teams that have been, sporting companies have been trying to sponsor these teams, but the PSL, and I don't know if SAFA is involved, but the PSL has been rejecting these things. So a lot of the smaller teams haven't been able to get sponsored by betting teams because of these regulations around betting. But all of a second Sunday, now betting, they are letting it go. But at the same time, certain teams lost out on money for using betting, Hollywood bets, and all of these things. So my question is does this sponsorship make sense, or are they using the fan base to make money? Why am I saying this? There's a lot of reasons why I'm saying things like this, because let's think about it, guys. The biggest thing I want to address here is that have we considered what all of these things mean? Like, have we considered the fact that Swallows doesn't have a sponsor? Swallows could use a Super Sport Bet. Have we considered those things? That there's a lot of other smaller teams that don't get sponsors, and the sponsorships get blocked by the PSL for whatever reason. I don't know the reasons why. Maybe they have valid reasons, but like, their sponsors get blocked. Super Sport now can't pay players, but Chiefs and Pirates, some weird way, get a betting company to support them. But the betting company is technically the company that owns the league and owns the rights to the league game, so they work hand in hand with the PSL. So can you really tell the people who are basically paying the PSL to exist that they can't have a betting company that will work in the betting game, whereas they don't allow other betting companies, but now they have a betting company? You see, I'm going left and right because something is hitting the water now. But hey, I am just pointing out the obvious. It's interesting that now betting is allowed, and now that it's allowed even more, it's allowed when Super Sport has a betting company. One thing I will say is this about life in general. Life in general is not fair, and in these moments you can see why. So Swallows wants a sponsor, they get rejected. Chiefs and Pirates get a sponsor, it's a betting company, which now is allowed. I don't know kanjani. But then it's interesting how these things work. And the one thing I wanted to tell you is, it's interesting how the fan base, and I'll even say black people, but this is a story for another day. The story for another day, which maybe one day we'll discuss it, is how black people have made white people billionaires. But we don't discuss these things and ask ourselves why. Why is the government the only one making black people billionaires, but us as black people make people who own capital billionaires, people who own our bread billionaires, people who own our alcohol billionaires? But when a black person starts a bread company, the bread can't make it into the shelf. I'm just saying. But anyway, other than that, that's politics. That's what I had to say for today. Well done for the sponsor, and regards to the Cape Town Spurs players. There's Leo Tetani. He's the boy who went overseas to Ajax Amsterdam, one of the actually last players to be the connection between Ajax Cape Town and Ajax Amsterdam. They sent him that side. When he got that side, he was touted to be one of the best players in Ajax and was going to have that Keegan Dolly story. Maybe not Keegan Dolly, but like Stanton Lewis, Benny McCarthy stories, you know, people who go overseas playing against Tulan Serrero. And unfortunately for Leo Tetani, he got injured, a very long-term injury that was bad, and he never came back the same. He failed basically in Europe after the injury. Then he came back to AS Cape Town Spurs, and he has not set the league on fire in any way. Yeah, he's been playing in the NFD with Cape Town Spurs, but he hasn't, the player that they told us he was, we haven't seen him, and it may be the injury. What is my opinion, and what do I think the boy should do? I think the boy should get another team he should stay in Cape Town, go to Stellenbosch. I would send him to Stellenbosch. I think that's the best way to get his career back on track. But there's a player that apparently Cape Town Spurs wants to loan, and his name is Velebai or something like that. That is, I think, is a good player that Chiefs can pick up. That boy. And there's another one called, is it Nefani or something like that. Those two boys are interesting, but knowing Kaizer Chiefs won't take a chance on them. What do I mean take a chance on them? Go to Cape Town Spurs, say here's 3 million, 1.5, 1.5 for each player. Take those players, put them in the team, see if they work. It wouldn't hurt anyone. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. We have to always be on the lookout for good players. And I think those players, they have potential, but at the end of the day, it's going to be that same old boring story, Yoguti. If the coaching is not right, doesn't matter if you get the most promising player like Luke Batman, Shandray Campbell, all of these players. It doesn't matter if Chiefs buys them all this January. If they don't have the right coaching, it won't make a difference, because these boys are here. They need to reach here. Bad coaching makes you go down a level. So now imagine we've had bad coaching. We found Abomat here, waiting to get to the next level. What did we do to Abomat? Down. Do Shabalala? Down. Kosimpile Ngobo? Down. This is all the coaching of Malefintseki, Agazwane, all of those. They have taken our players' levels down. Everyone down. Mashiani from African Cup of Nations, good performances. All of these, Sabelo Khatebe, all of these players, yeah. But that's all I have to say for today. Amakhosi for life. Please continue to like and subscribe. Join and tell me if you're enjoying the channel. And don't forget the skipper competition, which is coming to a conclusion. Yes, it's almost there. It's almost there. Amakhosi for life.